what are some of your top tips to learning to hear the voice of God?
Read the Word of God consistently. Stay in the Word. You learn the tone of His voice through the Bible. And then I would say practice the prophetic. Read 1 Corinthians 14, and it helps you understand prophecies for, it says in the NIV that prophecies for strengthening, encouragement, and comfort. And then whatever your community is, make a list, have a written down list of those people, and then every day listen for like 2 people and just try to get a prophetic, be like, Lord, what do you have to say over this person? Write it out and then text it to them or tell it to them in person and ask them, does this resonate?
Boys and girls, welcome back to the Cold for More podcast, where together we are on a mission to kill apathy and live radically. My name's Riley.
I'm Jack.
This is my amazing husband. And last week, y'all loved a little Q&A. So I thought, why don't we put Jack on the spot? Are you ready for this, Jack?
Round 2. Yep. I haven't heard any of the questions yet.
No, it's
so we'll see how
great.
this goes.
Okay, wait, let me just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I have the questions. You guys I put a little box on Instagram and you filled out a lot of questions. And I think I got through 4 of them last week because I was very chatty and my personality. It was one of those days where remember I was like on the call with so many people.
Yeah.
And it was just one
Very
of those days
full
where
day.
I was just sending it. And then I got to the podcast and I'm like, everybody is about to see my delirious personality
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Also, fun farm update.
Farm update. Okay, yeah. I don't know where this is going.
Riley's birthday was
Yes.
last week, and so I surprised her with 20 chickens that I brought.
Okay, but what's the drama happening?
We basically I bought them from this 10-year-old kid off Craigslist
Who straight up
who
hustled Jack.
negotiated so hard.
I mean, this 10-year-old kid should teach us tactics on sales.
He added 3 chickens in. I was planning on getting 17. He added 3 more, and one was a rooster. And he made me pay for all of them. I didn't even want them.
This kid.
And so anyways, we didn't want the rooster because we already have a rooster. So the last 2 days has been straight up rooster battles. Our old rooster Prince versus
we're not joking.
our new rooster Earl.
Earl versus Prince.
And
Okay, wait. Who do you guys
winning.
vote? Who do you think's gonna win? Prince is like this, like clearly by his name, he's this beautiful, pretty boy, and then Earl is like just a
He's from the country.
yeah, Earl. I think everyone's voting for Earl. They're like, pretty boy doesn't have a chance. But also, what are we doing today?
We are in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We are heading to the airport.
Also, talk about leaving it to the last minute. Love that for us.
We are heading to the airport to go to New Zealand.
Wait, and tell me, how do you feel? Okay, so context, I grew up in New Zealand, lived there till I was 21. Jack and I have never been.
And all her extended family's there. I've never met her grandma, aunts, uncles,
Who
cousins.
Esther just made a great grandma.
Church community. Yeah. I'm stoked. I'm super excited to see where you grew up.
What are you the most excited for?
Honestly, I'm excited to see all the people, but I'm really excited to see like the beauty of nature there because that's what everyone talks
I'm
about.
gonna be obsessed.
And to surf.
Also, there's a lot of our listeners that are from New Zealand, so DM us. Like, we would love to see you guys. But let us know if you're from New Zealand, and we're gonna be there from the 8th until the 20th
Of December.
But Jack, welcome to the Cold for More podcast, where I'm about to
Thanks for having me on.
some questions. Okay. Do you want a deep one or a fun one?
You choose.
Okay. Actually, I mean, how has it been living in Tennessee so far?
Amazing.
This is the first one I did last time, but I just want to hear your perspective.
Oh, I've loved it. I've grown so much here. Our community.
Oh, how have you grown?
We have a community of big dreamers here. Just, I don't know why. Franklin is a really special place where all these Christian leaders have come. And
Yeah.
I would say the biggest commonality is big dreamers and people that are really going after like really big dreams. And that has been so encouraging and honestly life-changing to be around. Like I'm so inspired by all my closest friends. I'm like genuinely so inspired by and look up to, which is really cool. Like,
can you give me like an example of what you might have dreamed before and then how your dreams have changed?
Yeah, I think meeting my business partner. So I work in real estate, and meeting my business partner, John. John is like the most amazing, humble guy you'll ever meet. And he has like helped fund and put on crusades in Pakistan, and has helped basically start farms to bring people out of human trafficking in Pakistan, and just lives this super humble, like kingdom driven life as a business real estate guy. And I think being friends with him has really enlarged my vision for how the Lord can work through us.
And I would also say generosity. Like I feel like our dream, since when we first were dating, our first ever date was Jack invited me to the +1 to a wedding in Mexico. I talked about it a lot on the last podcast, but on the plane ride there, so we just met at LAX and then we're flying to Mexico. We started crying about generosity, about moments that we felt like the Lord asked us to like radically give to somebody. But I feel like now, what we wanted to give before versus what we want to give now is so much greater. Yeah. Like 100%. And like, even when we were traveling as missionaries last year, we were like you were asking the Lord, and it convicted me so much. Would we give away everything? And you had gone to that place in your heart of being like, yes, I will give every dime away for the Lord. And I was so not there, but like, Lord, help me. I was like 80% there, but I was so convicted by and even I feel like that's just continued to grow, is like this willingness to surrender, not just like the average tithe amount, but like an above and beyond, even at a point where it's costly. Like I think about in the Bible, like the widow. Yeah. With her mite. Yeah. And what she gave to the Lord was costly. Yeah. And I feel like, so like you meet somebody, they're really wealthy, what they might give, you might be like, wow, that's so much. But I just feel like the Lord looks even deeper, and he's like, where's your heart at? And is this even costly for you? So good. Even though I know that the Lord, I think, what would you say to this? Do you feel like, I know this is a whole side tangent. Do you feel like God values obedience or sacrifice more?
Obedience.
Yeah. And so it's like, even then what might be obedient might be extremely sacrificial.
Yeah. I mean, I think he likes sacrifice as well, out of our own heart, Yeah. Something doesn't like it. And then I've loved the farm life.
Yeah, I'm looking out the window and our goat is free. Oh, that's hilarious.
Our electric fence, we normally keep the goats and the cows separate, but for some reason our electric fence isn't working. And
so Latte and Mocha are two goats.
And they just escape. Goats are escape artists. But that's the other thing that I've loved in Tennessee is having a farm. Since I was a kid, I always dreamed about having a farm and having like Highland cows and
Jack's living his best life. Farmer Jack.
And now all these chickens makes me so happy. So
okay, Jack, what has been the biggest game changer in your marriage?
Biggest game changer? Mentorship. Yeah, mentorship. We've shared about them before, but we have marriage counselors, Sabrina and Michael.
Love them.
Most incredible couple. I highly recommend anyone who's in a if you're in a relationship and you're getting towards marriage, even potentially before engagement, definitely after engagement. Like what we did is we interviewed 5 couples, like a few that we each knew prior to each other. And interviewed them over Zoom, like what has helped you in marriage, what makes for a good relationship. And then we learned so much out of that. And then Sabrina and Michael were one of those couples, and we asked them, hey, would you do our premarital? Did premarital with them, met up every 2 weeks, and then continued in marriage to meet up every 2 weeks. Now it's less frequent. We're in our Are we in our third year? We're about to be 3 years. Does that mean we're in our third year?
This is making me feel so good because I was with friends the other day and they were like, I was with my girls at Jesus and Barn, which if you don't know, Jesus and Barn is my Bible study. And they were like,
No, we're in our second year.
Married are you? And
we're about to be 3 years.
I don't know. And they're like, does Jack know? And I was like, no, I don't think Jack knows either. I think we have our 3-year anniversary in January.
Yeah. I know that is. I just didn't know if that meant we're in our third year or in our second. I guess we're in our second year.
The girls at Jesus and Barn were like, y'all.
No way. We're in our third year.
No, they were like, you guys have been married for at least a decade. They like could not believe that. Besties.
Sweet.
We just fist pumped.
Really sweet.
For all those not watching on YouTube.
Yeah, that and then mentorship and then like pressing a heart posture of pressing in. When we have conflict, like when I'm hurt, like I'm very sensitive. And so Riley will do things like, for instance, recently I've been forgetting. Well,
I talked about this.
Oh, okay. I've always been forgetting actually to put the keys back where they're supposed to go.
Last podcast.
And she was getting so frustrated at me. I get so hurt and like, yeah, I just go into a shell.
And it takes days to recover.
Yeah.
I mean, you've gotten better.
Yeah. But then choosing to like sit. We call it couch time. When Riley gets prickly, she just needs couch time. And then we sit
there and cry and process
and
my heart.
Be asked questions, what's going on. And so a heart posture of choosing to press in when we want to run away, I think is like, cause you have conflict, you feel hurt, you hurt each other. And the internal natural response is like shut down.
Now our goat is on our front porch.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the second thing I would say.
And how is sex and marriage?
Did you already answer all these questions?
No.
Yeah. Okay. What about you? What's the game changer?
Game changer. I mean, you loved the answer. No, fist bump. Game changer in marriage. I think one of them has been, it's so small, but it really helps me is having physical touch, like touching each other when we're in conflicted moments where Jack will just like literally just like scratch my leg or my arm and it cools me down. I can't really get that feisty at you when you're being affectionate with me. It's hard to get angry when you're like touching. I know we haven't been so good at this recently, but our prayer times, because it's like when you get married, you have your own relationship with the Lord, but having moments where you have intentional time where it's our relationship with the Lord. Yeah. I mean, we pray a lot. We're praying throughout the day all the time.
All the time, yeah.
When we've been doing our Wednesday morning prayer times
for like
or
an
like
hour.
going in the psalm.
Yeah, intentional.
Praying, that's been really helpful.
Weekly prayer. Agreed.
And I think just pursuing, I mean, for me, I love date nights and like continuing to pursue each other. But I know that answer is like pretty cliche. I mean, it needs,
but it's still a great answer.
Anybody needs investment if it's a relationship. Okay. How is sex in marriage?
It's great. It's wonderful. It's so nice to be able to have sex. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. I was just, it's funny how like in the beginning, like, because we used to have sex every single day for
sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, for the first like year, which is a lot. Not everyone has that, and it's not like you need to do that.
So whatever you guys want and feels good.
Yeah, but it was fun. I was recently with a bunch of my like longest time guy friends, and one of them just got married a few months ago, and it was like fun hearing him talk about sex with his wife and just how frequently and excited they are and how much he loves it. And it's such a fun thing. It's such a great way to connect. It's such a gift. It's very spiritual and vulnerable as well. I think of it, I'm sure there's theology on this, but in the temple in the Old Testament, only the priest could come into the Holy of Holies, where they would, like the manifest presence of God would be there in the inner temple. And I feel like sex is that. Is like,
that's so sweet.
You come into this very intimate, vulnerable, holy place, and you get to connect with one another in such a like vulnerable and fun and playful way. Yeah, it's been so amazing. And then it also brings up like conversation. I think it's so important having conversation about it. Even if you're dating someone, conversation around physical boundaries and all that stuff. Yeah. But once you get married, like continuing to have conversation around like, hey, this made me feel this way, or I'm feeling insecure, and just kind of the same thing of the heart posture of leaning in, even in sex, of talking about things and how you feel about it. Cause it can lead to such connection and vulnerability, even outside of physical.
Do you feel like our sex life is an indicator of how we're going within our relationship, or is our sex life something that's separate?
I feel like it's definitely a factor for sure. Yeah. I think it's a factor, and it's something we can choose to, you can just choose to have sex. Like, even if you're not, like, say you've been frustrated at each other or something.
No, but then we have sex, then we're like,
And
never
then,
mind.
yeah, then you feel great. Like, it can really help connection.
Like, actually, I'm still obsessed with you.
Yeah, I know we've had hard, like, I did a Daniel fast like a year and a half ago.
That
and
was the worst month
I
of
lost
my life.
I lost 15 pounds, 10 or 15 pounds, and my sex drive completely went out the door.
We really had sex that month.
I had
so
zero
sad.
sex drive. I think my body was just in survival mode. And I think that was really
like,
hard for Riley. And I was like so weak at the time.
Yeah, because I would say, when you say this, I would say I'm more attached to like I get more invested into it. Like, for example, if I like pursue and you're like, not now, I'm like heartbroken.
Yeah, you're heartbroken.
Meanwhile, you're like more chill about it.
I think it's because it's only started happening to you more. Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, wait, no. Never mind.
no.
You pursue. Never mind. Because
No,
to me, it's only started
recently-
happening recently where I have more
Yeah.
desire, and then you're shutting me down. Yeah, no, I don't know why. I guess you've been experiencing that for a long time.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I cry, and then you're like, no.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
for me, it's chill.
heartbroken. I cry. I literally cry. I'm like, you don't want me?
Yeah, and I'm like,
He's like, I have a headache.
okay, all right, I'll go to sleep if you don't want to sleep. That's fine.
Okay, wait. Actually, I'm curious if you would say the same answer as me. Where is our favorite country that we've had sex?
Favorite country?
To me, this is a clear winner.
We might have different because I know which one of two yours is. Mine is Bali. I think yours is Italy.
Oh, Bali was where we had our honeymoon, and Italy has just been the best.
What is your answer?
Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, on a boat.
Yeah. Mine was Bali just because it was the beginning. It was fun.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spiritual habit? I answered this one.
Favorite spiritual habit? Pacing, praying in tongues, and like violent interceding with
What
my
is this
hand.
spiritual habit
With my
called?
hand going like this. Yeah. Intercession.
Travailing. Do you think it's travailing?
I don't really know.
I don't
Like,
really know what travailing
I don't
is.
either. But yeah, like I love pacing, praying and going back and forth, tongues, English, and I'm like declaring things, really just like war. I really connect with the Lord in that space, and I try to it's not even like, I'll just start praying and then something will come to my heart and I'll stand up and start pacing and praying. That's my favorite spiritual habit.
Love that.
What'd you say for you?
I had said Sabbath.
Nice.
What are some of your top tips to learning to hear the voice of God?
Read the Word of God consistently. Stay in the Word. You learn the tone of His voice through the Bible, and then I would say practice the prophetic. Read 1 Corinthians 14, and it helps you understand prophecies for. It says in the NIV that prophecies for strengthening, encouragement, and comfort, and then whatever your community is, make a list. Have a written down list of those people, and then every day listen for like 2 people and just try to get a prophetic, be like, Lord, what do you have to say over this person? Write it out and then text it to them or tell it to them in person and ask them, does this resonate?
And I feel like it's important to note that what were the 3 things that you said?
Strengthening, encouragement, and comfort.
And so when we think of a prophetic word for somebody else, making sure that they line up with those things, because a prophetic word is not going to be like negative or belittling.
Condemning, shaming.
Yeah, because that is not the voice of God. Like God's voice is love. Yeah, I love that. And I like that you're saying in order to learn to hear the voice of God, practice on others. And then then you're going to grow in it just as you grow in the language. And then it's going to be something you can hear for yourself.
Yeah. And even sometimes like maybe the Lord he will sometimes reveal something. Like sometimes I'll feel like, oh, maybe this person's struggling with pornography. I'll ask the Lord then, hey, what do you want me to say? And either it can look like the delivering of that. It's not probably going to be that encouraging if you say to someone, hey, I think you're struggling with pornography. But you can like, if the Lord's highlighting that, he's showing it because he wants to bring freedom in the area of purity. And so you could encourage the person, hey, I just feel like the Lord is highlighting this. Or instead of even spiritualizing it, you can just, depending on your relationship with this person, if you have a friendship with them, you can just ask them, hey, how are you doing in the area of purity? And then maybe later you let them know, yeah, the Lord actually brought it up. That's why I asked. I just really want to like partner with you in fighting for your freedom.
That's great, love. Okay, somebody said just finished university. This person's probably Kiwi or Australian.
Yeah.
And I feel pressure to get a good career and be successful. Any advice?
Oh my gosh, so much pressure. It's like such a tough. You're like, what is life? I'm in the real world. I have to get a job. I need to figure out my whole life in this first job. Everyone else like knows their calling and their career path. It's so like stressful, and honestly, just give yourself a few years. I would say the average person changes their career 6 times over their lifetime. And so like take the weight off your shoulders. Read this book. It's called The Defining Decade. It's not a Christian book. It's a psychology book. And it's an amazing book to read in your 20s. It's really encouraging because it just gives a lot of stats like the one I just shared. But yeah, I would say just take the pressure off and be like, all right, I'm going to try this job out for 1 or 2 years and see how it is, see what I like. And then maybe I'll try something else. I know I changed a lot. And everyone does. And even if it seems like,
I mean, you feel like you've changed every year.
Yeah, no, I've
2 years.
I've probably changed like pretty drastically and more than most. But yeah, like you have freedom, you have time, you're young. And yeah, I would say just take the weight off of yourself.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay. What advice would you give? This is actually a question from the same person. What advice would you give your 10-year-old younger self?
10 years younger?
Yeah.
So 19. Wow. I'm a freshie in the Lord.
Yeah. Because you gave your life to Jesus when you were 17?
Yeah, when I was 17, almost 18. So I'm like, yeah. Man, I think I would talk to him. This is really interesting. This is the first thing that came to mind. I would like encourage him to find someone who is further along in purity. And like, I would be like, hey, cause in my first year or 2, I didn't really have a grid for sexual purity.
Is it because no one was talking to you about it?
Yeah. No, I remember when I heard the first sermon on it and I was in a relationship going too far and I was like, what? Like
I got chipped. Why didn't
we're
you
not
tell me
supposed to have like anything outside of marriage. And then I was kind of like shocked at what do I do? So that would be one thing. What else would I say to him? I mean, I would just encourage him. I would just be encouraging about like pursuing the Lord and being hungry for the Lord. And then I would continue to encourage him, like keep finding great mentors. What about you?
Oh, I had said, and I like cried. I was like about sadness, like giving myself space to feel sad.
That's good.
Okay. And next question.
21-year-old Riley.
Yeah, that was wild. What if I met someone, a potential partner who doesn't know God?
What are your values is my question. Like, what do you value in life? I think for me, my highest value is relationship with Jesus. And so I was never going to date someone who didn't know the Lord. If I if I ever was interested in someone, it was lust that was at play. It was just that I was physically attracted to a person. So if this is going to sound like heavy, but if you don't value the Lord and him being first place in your life, which I don't recommend, then yeah, that could be something you would choose. But if you want to follow him and have him be the Lord of your life, dating a Christian and becoming married to someone who shares your faith is going to be massively essential. And I would just encourage you that your life will be way better. Yeah. It'll be filled with way more peace, way more joy. Yeah. If you put the Lord in his right place where he is number one priority and you fully surrender yourself to him and you say, God, I give you all my desires. I give you my future spouse and I want to surrender to you. Yeah. Then you will like have great likelihood of having an amazing marriage if you partner with someone who loves the Lord. Because even if we take spirituality like out of it, Christians have a growth mindset and they have an others mindset. Like the values of the Bible teach to put others' needs above yourself. And so it's really helpful to have the grounding of the word and a shared value where Riley and I know that we are to serve one another. Like I'm to prefer her, and it's hard. Like a lot of times I want to prefer myself, but there's this shared growth mindset towards serving one another. So those are my thoughts. What about you? Anything to add? Or?
I mean, you answered it so much more graciously than I would have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You crushed it. Okay. Last question. I want to keep going, but we got a plane to catch, literally. Yeah. Okay. If you were to have a cup of coffee with Jesus, what would you ask him?
A cup of coffee with him, what would I ask him?
Like Jesus walks into the door right now.
I think I would just want to do something with him. Like I'm a quality time guy. Yeah. I would, what would you right do? Now. So I just went hunting for the first time ever in my life, last week in Idaho with two of my buddies. I loved it. It was amazing and so fun. Like I would go shoot guns with Jesus if he were.
Do you think Jesus would shoot a gun?
Yeah, totally. Like if it was to hang out with me, he'd be like, I mean, I'm not saying we're shooting animals, but I think that he would do too. He probably like was a part of he was a Jew, probably was a part of, grew up Jewish. So like they would do sacrifices and stuff when they went to Jerusalem. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then I would just hang out. I would mostly just want to hang out with him. And then towards the end, I would probably ask him like, hey, can you give me can we talk through 10-year plan? What are the, where should I focus relationally, occupationally? We chat through some of the practicals, but mostly we just want to hang out. What about you?
I would hug the Lord for a long time. Like I'd probably just be held by him and cry. And then we would sit down and on the couch and just ask each other deep and meaningful questions. Like he'd really check in on my heart and he'd encourage me, and it would be a lot of tears and I would feel so loved. So sweet. Okay, Jack, as we end, I said last week we had an important announcement.
Yep.
What's our important announcement?
Our important announcement is that we are taking a rest. Woo!
Some people, I bet, I have a feeling people thought we were pregnant or something.
Yeah. So we've been praying and asking the Lord. The Lord gave us pretty clearly. We really felt his presence. We pray a lot about the podcast and just kind of everything. Yeah. And you guys. And we really felt the spiritual warfare series and then the revival series. And then neither of us, we kept listening. We're like, man, I'm not really hearing what is next. And then I really felt like the Lord said to take a break until March. And when people are farming, when you have bigger farms than ours with cows and stuff, you do what's called rotational grazing, where you let the grass, you let the land rest so that it can come back stronger. And so we really felt like the Lord wants us to take a break and seek him, and then come back in the spring with new seasons and topics to go over. And so,
and what, like, rough, because I know we haven't officially decided exactly what day we're coming back, but just so our listeners can look forward to that day. When are we coming back?
Yeah, probably March.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, I already said that.
Sorry, guys, I'm distracted because our Uber is literally here. It was 15
to go
minutes
to the airport.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, we're excited. It's been such a fun journey, especially this last year since we've been here consistently doing the podcast, doing interviews. It's been
spiritual warfare series.
Yeah. The testimonies have been so encouraging from you guys. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening. We don't take it lightly, and send us any ideas or things you'd love for us to
series questions.
Yeah. Topics.
Blow up our DMs. Okay?
Yeah. And let us know, because we're praying into what does this next season look like. And even if there's like guests that you'd love us to interview, send that our way as well. But yeah, we just want to say thank you guys so much for being with us on the journey of killing apathy and living radically for Jesus. It's such a worthy pursuit to get apathy out of our lives, out of our hearts in every way we can, and pursue him with no abandon, just pursue him radically. And so we're grateful for you guys joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys in 2026.